Welcome to the Game Changer with Dr. Sharalyn, where purpose meets performance and leaders are built to shift legacies. I'm Dr. Sharalyn Payne, executive strategist, speaker, and the secret weapon behind leaders who drive transformation at the highest levels. Each episode delivers bold truths, power skills, and real-world strategies to help you lead with precision, show up with presence, and build the kind of influence that outlasts trends. This is the space where high-impact decisions are born, where influence is intentional, and where the bold don't just lead, they change the game. So if you're ready to rise, ready to lead, and ready to create the kind of impact that moves markets, missions, and minds, you're in the right place. Today's conversation might just change how you view every decision you make from this moment forward. Here's the truth. Every decision you make as a leader either elevates lives or diminishes them. There is no neutral ground. And the sooner we accept that, the more powerful, responsible, and effective we become. Leadership matters, and it impacts every single part of our lives. As leaders, we have a responsibility to lead to impact. The decisions we make matter. We have the ability to influence companies, the people we lead, and their futures, including their careers, their families, well-being, their physical health, mental health, and even their personal life. You are responsible. You don't have the option to make decisions and then act as if what you did or didn't do had no impact. When you are overworking people, overlooking people, making unethical decisions, driving the company into the ground, or making decisions that jeopardize the health, stability, and sustainability of the organization, it matters. And you should be held accountable at the highest level, not only from an organizational level, but from a moral and societal level as well. Leadership comes with a cost, and choosing to lead is not a decision that you should enter into lightly. I truly believe you should and you must give it considerable thought. Gallup reports that managers account for 70% of the variance in employee engagement. Translation: how you lead determines what people do. How you lead determines how people show up. How you lead determines how people live. So the next time you say, it's just business, remember, someone's mental health, someone's family dinner, or even their dream of buying a home and creating a better life for their families is tied to the decision that you just made. Let's get real. Overworking people isn't a leadership badge. It's a failure to lead effectively. Overlooking people, that's how you lose your best talent before they even walk out the door. And when you make unethical decisions or drive a company into the ground, It's not just shareholders who pay the price. It's the people who trusted you with their livelihoods. So I want you to ask yourself this question right now. Who did my last decision help? Who did it harm? And what is the long-term ripple effect of that choice? According to McKinsey, companies with strong leadership cultures perform 13 times better than those without. 13 times better by having a strong leadership culture. Is that challenging to do? You know, for a long time, I have truly believed that leadership should come with a warning label. And I say that because I've had my fair share of leaders that had outdated leadership practices. They were inhumane in how they treated people. They were incompetent. And I know some of you may say, well, I've had more good leaders than bad leaders. And that's okay. And that absolutely should be your story. But there are those of us whose stories are a little bit different. And the impact of pulling yourself up from dealing with a challenging leader is exhausting. So when I say that leadership should come with a warning label, it absolutely should. Before I engage with you, I should know how you lead. What are your values? What are your principles? How do you engage with people? Are you supportive? Are you a partner? Are you a tyrant? Do you know what you're doing? Will I be challenged with my health because I'm having to take on more than I should because you overly rely on me? Or you hold me to a different standard because of my gender, or perhaps because of the color of my skin, or because of my educational background, or my previous work experiences, or how I've supported a leader in doing the right thing before you came along. And so in your mind, you believe I'm showing allegiance to that particular person. And so when I'm giving you ideas, perhaps you challenge that. We've all been there. And so you should know, you know what, if I challenge this leader, if I ask a question, or if I don't necessarily agree, that this is the impact of that decision. I should know if this leader's a dictator or if they're collaborative, if they simply want yes people to surround them, if they're not interested in creativity or innovation. Because I know that how they show up in the workplace, how they move and how they lead and how they engage has a direct impact on how people perhaps may even view me, and of course, how they view our team. And so are we a value add to the organization? As a leader, one of the things I want you to begin to think about is that leadership isn't about working harder. It's about thinking deeper, standing stronger, and holding yourself as well as your team accountable, not only for the work, but even at the highest moral level. Because here's the thing I found. When the applause fades and the title changes, you will live with the consequences of your leadership, and so will everyone else. So you got to begin to ask yourself questions like these. Are you leading for power, or are you leading for purpose? Now let's take this conversation higher. When leaders rise, businesses rise. And when businesses rise, societies prosper. When you elevate the performance of leaders, here's what happens. You build competitive advantage, the thing that we talk about all the time. That we're always looking to see, how do we build competitive advantage? You leverage the collective genius of your workforce. You increase your company's financial performance. You unlock operational excellence, high performance, innovation, sustainability, and creativity. You create and drive an engaged culture where employees thrive and willingly contribute their ideas, their best ideas, and their talent. You advocate and engage in public policies when you're playing at the big levels, when people are noticing your leadership. Regulations and legislative discussions to influence and shape decisions impacting your company, the industry, and your stakeholders. You grow and expand into new markets. You solidify and sustain your position as the industry leader. You uncover key discoveries, advancing humanity. You address social, societal, cultural, and global challenges to transform our world. You contribute to healthy and resilient communities, a more powerful nation, and a stronger global economy. You begin to secure your reputation as a thought leader, speaking on business trends, market conditions, consumer behavior, and economic impact, cementing you and your company as a trusted brand. Now, I don't know about you, but I truly believe that's a legacy worth leaving. Deloitte found that organizations with inclusive, high-impact leadership are 2.4 times more likely to outperform competitors. This is bigger than business. When you lead like it matters, you begin to be brought into the conversations that matter. I mean, can you imagine being brought into a conversation that truly advances humanity outside of the work your organization does? Because you chose to lead like it matters. Leaders don't just predict the future, they create the future. And that's what we should be doing. We should be focused on that high impact leadership, that high performance leadership, leading with head and leading with heart, moving minds, thoughts, behaviors, and spirits, leading in such a way that our soul is impacted. So if you're ready for that, ask yourself this question. When future generations look back, will the world be better because of how you led? See, I truly believe that when you lead like it matters, not only do you impact and not only do you transform, but you build healthier and more resilient communities, stronger families, stronger global economies, a more powerful nation. This is leadership with vision. This is leadership that outlasts titles. This is leadership that transcends time. Because the greatest measure of leadership isn't what you built, it's who you built up in the process. Your leadership is a blueprint for what's possible in this world. So I invite you to lead with conviction, lead with courage, and most of all, lead like it matters. You don't lead like everyone else, so your resources shouldn't look like everyone else's. Welcome to the Game Changers Leadership Collection for maximizing performance, potential, and profitability. This leadership collection features best practices, insights, and frameworks from my executive level work with high impact leaders across industries. It's designed to equip you with the clarity, tools, and strategic language needed to lead with credibility under pressure. Let's be clear. In high stakes rooms, executive presence isn't optional, it's mission critical. That's why I created the Executive Briefing Companion, your strategic script for navigating leadership's most defining moments. Whether you're in the boardroom, in front of the C-suite, or facing complex stakeholder dynamics, this tool helps you rise above the noise and lead with clarity, courage, and command. At its core is the 9 executive questions framework, a high-impact structure that ensures your message cuts through uncertainty, aligns your audience, and positions you as the credible voice in the room. Think of this as your strategic battle card, the leadership intelligence you carry into the room that tests you most. Also included is the language of influence, your cheat sheet for persuasive, purposeful communication. These phrases and framing techniques are drawn from high-stakes boardrooms, top-tier executive coaching, and transformational leadership practices. Use this tool to strengthen your executive presence, navigate tension with calm authority, drive clarity, buy-in, and high-stakes alignment, and speak with power without overpowering. You'll also get a preview of the 10 daily power skills, the high-performance behaviors that fuel the world's most impactful leaders, creatives, activists, entrepreneurs, and change makers. These are not soft skills. They are strategic habits that create undeniable outcomes. You'll be able to self-assess with the high-impact leadership scorecard, find your edge, close your gaps, activate your next level. And to ground your leadership in inspiration and intention, you'll receive the power of one poster, a visual reminder that one decision, one conversation, or one action can shift everything. Finally, I'm giving you access to my mini course, 7 leadership blind spots that are secretly sabotaging your culture and success, and how to eliminate them for good. Every tool in this collection is designed to elevate how you think, speak, and lead, because game changers don't follow trends, they set standards. Download the Game Changers Leadership Collection now. It's free, it's powerful, and it's built for leaders like you. I'm Dr. Sharalyn Payne, and this is your Leadership Edge. Thank you for joining me on The Game Changer with Dr. Sharalyn, where we don't follow trends, we set them, and we don't just lead teams, we shift legacies. If today's message challenged, stretched, or inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, tag it, lead through it. Because real leaders don't just consume wisdom, they multiply it. Want to go deeper? Subscribe to the Ultra Influential newsletter for exclusive tools, behind-the-scenes strategy, and weekly mindset shifts for the leader ready to move nations, markets, and minds. Visit www.smpistrategies.com or send a note to leadership@smpistrategies.com. And if you're ready for next level coaching or consulting that positions you as the right leader at the right time in the right place, let's talk. This is what we do, and we do it with precision, power, and purpose. Remember, Change isn't just something you lead, it's something you become. Stay bold, stay brilliant, stay a game changer.